Hi guys, so I think this might be the last one that I do for today, but we'll see how we get on. It could be a nice quick one, I might jump in for one more. But it then leaves us about a quarter of the way through the corporations being played with Colonies, Venus and Prelude, so that seems like a good point to try and aim for as well. Let's jump straight in, taking a little look at our potential draft options. Okay, so our corporations here to begin with. We have Celestic and Valley Trust. So add a floater 20 card, and we can look for 2 floater-based cards from the stack, or draw 3 extra Prelude cards and play one of them. So we could start with 3 Prelude, and any science cards cost 2 less. So that's quite nice. Do we have any colonies that play with that? So Pluto, you get cards and trade cards. Ceres, Triton, and Miranda. Alright, well, yeah, we're probably getting rid of Miranda because that's almost certainly useless in the solo game except for points. So that may have made our choice for us, but let's have a look then. Orbital construction for some titanium production, and starting with some titanium, 3 heat, 3 temperature raises to start with, or 2 heat, and you can play a card reducing its cost by 25. So we could start with steel production there, spending floaters to increase income, which could work quite well with Celestic there. It would give us basically a free income every generation. Draw a card or 3 if you've 3 Venus tags. Potentially we might lose a lot of power. Our Atmo collectors, so that works nicely if we're going for a Venus. Shame we don't have any floater cards starting us off here. Ore processor, spend energy to get titanium and an auction boost. We can get a titanium to start with, that's quite nice. Market manipulation, increase 1 colony tile 1 step, decrease another by 1 step. It's okay. Not sure we want to be doing a huge amount with the colonies based on what we have there. So sulfur research, no. Market manipulation, no. Worms, no. Tardigrades, no. Ore processor, no. We've not got a huge amount of energy. No, we've got no Prelude card that starts us with energy. I think I would really like to see our other option with a Prelude card, because that could be a really nice boost. But I think we're going to want to start off with this sort of floater setup that we've got going on here. So we'll say goodbye to Valley Trust for now. Hopefully we see you soon. It's got to be Miranda that we get rid of. So we've got Pluto to trade cards, Triton for titanium, and Ceres for steel. Well, if we're keeping these 4 cards, we don't want the eccentric sponsor because none of them are expensive. We can use a floater to get 2 titanium, so the titanium production probably isn't as valuable to us. But a lot of the space cards will potentially give us sort of water or temperature. Maybe we'll start with 2 titanium production We can look at getting 2 steel production going as well, and this floater sort of set up. So yeah, let's go for the 3 temperature bumps, because that will get us 1 heat production anyway. That looks pretty reasonable. So we're keeping 4 cards. So that'd be 12. So we'd start with 30, but 5 less because of the huge asteroid actually begins us with only 25. And we'd start with 1 titanium production, -2 money, no plants, no power, no heat, but 1, 2, 3 extra bumps on temperature does get us 1 heat, and we start with 4 titanium. And we can have a look and try and find 2 cards with floaters on them. Let's make some space. This is a shame. These would have been really nice cards for us to have been able to draw. Oh, this is painful to see these cards disappearing. No, that's not got a 2 cards with a floater icon. Oh, yeah, floater icon, not floater tag. Sorry, let's just. Don't know why I was looking for floater tag, because that doesn't exist. Didn't pass another one, did I? No. Okay, Titan shuttles. Add 2 floaters to any Jovian card, or spend any number of floaters to gain the same number. Okay, so looks like we're starting with a pretty good titanium setup. So let's have a look then. Atmo Collectors is just a more versatile Titan shuttle, but this can add 2 floaters to 1 card quicker, so that's pretty good. Force precipitation, 2 money to get a Venus step. Yeah, so we're going heavy on floaters. Okay. Yeah, not too bad. We'll hold off on the Titan shuttles, even though that's really nice to get out. But we're making some titanium, and we'll play our titanium mine, and that will decrease the cost of everything like that. We could. No, I was going to say we could build a colony on Triton to get even more, but that's not worth it. What's the most efficient way to start this off? Well, we'll get local shaders out for 4. And forced precipitation for another 8. So we don't have enough Atmo collectors this generation, so let's play titanium mine for 7 to increase our titanium production. and we will spend 2 money to add a floater there. We will use this to add a floater resource onto local shading, and then use local shading to remove a floater to gain 1 money. Okay, that's it. So we will make 17 minus 1, so that's 16 income, 2 titanium, and 1 heat. We will raise the oxygen with the earth government. Oops, I should have put these on. So we've got colonies, increasing. Artificial lake needs a few more temperature rises, but it's a cheap. No, it's not that cheap an ocean actually, but you can pay with it with steel. Decrease energy for money. Decrease money for energy. I think possibly this one. Yeah, we'll buy that for 3. So if we spend 7, we decrease our money, but gain 2 energy. And then we can spend 6 to decrease our energy by 1 and gain 2 steel production. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So we haven't got enough for Titan shuttles, but we will use all 3 of these again. So 2 money gets us another floater there. We can use Solistic to add a floater to any card and then take it off local shading to gain an income. More government, we'll do oxygen. So like add a microbe to another card. Gain money production. When you play an earth tag, place an animal here. Gain 1 money per animal here. Potentially. We could use our steel to pay for this card. I'm quite tempted by Martian Zoo, but we don't have any earth tags on us that we're going to play. But that could. Oh, that's a shame we got rid of Miranda. We could have added so many animals onto here. That could have been worth a lot of money to us. That's a new Colonies card. We do have steel production, so earth cards may come around for us, but I think for now we'll just buy the fuel generators, and I realise I haven't done our production, so what are we on? We're on 17 minus 1, so 16. Let's take 13 since we're buying a card. 2 and 2 and 1 and 1. Okay, so we'll spend a steel to overpay for this, decreasing our money, increasing our power. We will use force precipitation to take 2 floaters off to gain a Venus and a TR, and use our other 2 to gain a money. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Let's spend everything on Titan shuttles. and we'll use that card to add 2 floaters onto the card. We're just short of using Atmo collectors. That's not a big issue. We'll spend 14 raising the temperature 1. All government will do oxygen. And we are going to produce 18 money. 2 steel, 2 titanium, 2 energy and 1 heat. So we can just increase our steel production 1 more. Gain plants or microbes or animals. Add a microbe to this card. When paying for a plant card, microbes here cost can be used as money. That's quite nice. Plant cards. Again, we don't have any. I think we'll get imported hydrogen because it's a space card and we're going to be quite well set up for those. And I think that's it. We'll just buy that one. So we're spending 3. First generation, second, third, 4. Let's move those up. Okay, so we're going to spend 15 on Atmo collectors. Let's work out how best to play this. If we want 16, I don't think we're going to be able to play it this generation, are we? No. Oh, we could. But don't believe it's worth it. So Atmo collectors let us place 2 floaters on any card. We'll place it on forced precipitation and then take them immediately off to raise Venus. We can use Atmo collectors to add a floater to that card. We can use Titan shuttles to add 2 floaters to a Jovian tagged card. And then local shading with Solistic will both be used to increase our money production 1 again. Excellent. So we'll raise auction with the world government. Move these on. We're on 20 exactly. 20. 2 steel. 2 titanium. 2 energy. 1 heat. Raise Venus 1 step and add 3 floaters to any Venus card. Yes, we want that one. Asteroid, it uses titanium, so that's going to be good for us. Yeah, we'll buy those 2 for 6. So let's see, we've got 4 titanium worth of floaters on Titan shuttles. So we could effectively, if we do this one first, we could add 3 more. And we should be able to play both of these for free. Yep, so let's do that first of all. 10, 15, and 2 change for Aero Scraping Expedition. Boosts Venus, gives us a TR, and we get 3 floaters which we will place on where do we want to place them? 3 floaters on Titan shuttles counts as just 3 extra titanium, but 3 floaters on Atmo collectors counts as 6 titanium. So we want to place them there, and we'll use Atmo collectors. Spend 1 floater here to gain 2 titanium, so we'll take 1 off to gain 2 titanium. And we will use Atmo shuttles, Titan shuttles even, to get 4 titanium. We'll raise our income with local shading with our player ability and spend 2 money to add a floater to forced precipitation. Okay, so we've got 15 worth of titanium for the asteroid here, which raises the temperature, gets us a heat production, and 2 titanium back. Raising the temperature gets us a TR. Imported hydrogen, we'll spend 15 and 1 money to place an ocean, get 3 heat, and a TR, and 3 plants because we have no use for anything else. That means we do have 8 heat now. 1 extra TR. Excellent. That was pretty productive. We can't trade, so we'll move on. World government will do the oxygen. We're making 1 money plus 24, so 25 money. 2 steel, 2 titanium, 2 energy, and 2 heat. We've got grass, which we're 1 temperature bump away from being able to play, so that would be quite nice to get us going. Callisto penal mines for nice income. Spend titanium for Venus. Yeah, that one's definitely going to be happening. Callisto penal mines. Yeah, we'll buy those 2 for 6. Okay. So first of all, let's use Solistic to actually add a floater onto forced precipitation. And then we take both of those off to raise Venus 1 step and draw a card. We need 2 science tags, but it lets us add a floater to any card. That will be very nice if we can get it out. So local shading, we'll just add a floater to that card. Titan Shuttles has no floaters on it, so we'll have to use it to add. And what do we want? I think we want to take a floater off of Atmo collectors to get 2 titanium. Okay, so Just want to go straight for the money. No, let's spend 6 in titanium for the rotator impact, and we can immediately use it and spend 6 worth of titanium to add an asteroid onto it. So we'll then spend 14 to raise the temperature. Now what we should have done before we added the asteroid on is spent 9 money's worth, so 3 titanium to come here to get 5 titanium. And then we'll spend 2 of it to add an asteroid. 3, 6, 9, 12. Okay. Raise the oxygen with the world government. Making 27. Tube steel. Hopefully we can spend some of that today. Well, today, this generation. 2 energy and 2 heat. We're on 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, yeah. Interplanetary colony ship to place a colony. Add an animal. I think that'll be worth it. So we'll buy that one for 3. So unfortunately still nowhere we can nowhere we can use this steel from. So we can add a floater to any card. So if we wanted to add a floater to Titan shuttles, we could get another 3 titanium from it. How much will we need? If we want 36, we want 12 titanium. Yeah, so we use Solistic to add a floater resources onto Titan shuttles, then we use it to convert those 3 floaters on it to titanium. We'll take a floater off local shading for a money income and spend 2 money to add a floater there. And then we will convert one of our floaters on Atmo collectors into 2 titanium. So then we can spend 4 titanium on Interplanetary Colony to get 3 titanium as a colony bonus. And then 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24 titanium for the Callisto Penal Mines, which gets us 3 income. And we've got an asteroid on the rotator impacts, which we can spend to increase Venus 1 step. Got no science tags, but we've got 4, 8 heat for temperature. I'm going to sell floating habs, which is a shame, but we're 2 science tags away from getting it, and if I sell it now, we've got exactly enough heat for 2 temperature bumps. Actually, we could We could spend 9 money to trade on Pluto, which would let us draw 4 cards, and then yeah, we just get 4 cards. Yeah, let's do that first of all. So we spend 9 to trade on Pluto. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a science tag. So we've got a couple, unfortunately, that need, that's just points. That is draw 2 cards. Well, we own all of these cards. Let's play Inventors Guild for 9 and use it to look at the top card. Spend any amount of energy. No, that's not really worth it. So we don't have enough money to do anything else. We've used this, so let's raise the oxygen. Next generation. We're making 28, so 33. 2 steel, 2 titanium, 2 energy, 2 heat. Advanced alloys, that's really nice. It's another science tag as well, so we're definitely going to buy that one. Don't have 12% oxygen. We don't have 4 oceans. That's not really worth it. Yeah, we just buy advanced alloys for 9. It's 9 to play it, but we spend 3 now for the card, but we will immediately play it for 12. What is that? So it makes all of our goods better, which is fantastic. We spend 5 on floater habs. I don't think I've ever had as many Venus cards as I do now. Okay, so we've still only got 2 science. We can't do either of these other ones, which is unfortunate at the moment, but we can spend 2 titanium to add an asteroid to rotator impacts. We'll use Solistic to add a floater to any card, which will be force precipitation, which we will use to raise Venus. Local shading will just add a resource onto itself. Titanium shuttles is still my only Jovian floater one, so it adds 2 on itself. We'll use Atmo collectors. We will take the resource off and convert it into 4 heat. And this other 4 heat gets us a temperature. We will use floating habs to spend 2 money and add 1 resources onto forced precipitation. And we will look at the Inventors Guild to draw a card and not buy it. Oh, I did overspend when I spent titanium because each titanium is now worth 4, so I could spend 1 titanium and 2 money, but I'm okay with how we did that. I will spend 18 to place an ocean. We'll place it here to draw a card and get 2 money. Venusian plants. Well, Venus is almost at that point, so it will just be a slightly cheaper way of increasing it. Let's place an ocean actually. I'm going to place an ocean here. The world government, and we'll move on. So we're on 35 money. 2 steel, 2 titanium, 2 energy, 2 heat. And let's look at some cards. We could steal some steel or money, which isn't worth it. 1 power for every power tag. That would get us 3 power. When you trade 1 less for it. That's better, because then we can use these other ones. Yeah, we'll buy cryo sleep for 3. That's, oh, we didn't move these up. So we can pay for it immediately. 10. Which means AI Central 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Because of our higher price, we can play that using just steel, and we use it immediately. Oh, it decreases our power. Use it immediately to draw 2 cards. We have Gene Repair and Ants. So Ants is just getting points, so let's sell that one immediately for money. Gene Repair gets us 2 money, but it costs 12. Let's see if we need that. Red Spot Observatory. It's going to cost 17, but lets us draw 2 cards. Might be worth it. Ganymede Colony and Venusian plants. Okay. Let's start off by using the Inventors Guild and look at the top card. When you trade, pay 1 less resource for it. It only costs 4. I think this will be great because then we're only paying 1 energy to trade, which is what we have. So we'll spend 3 money. We use 1 titanium to play that immediately. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 blue cards. This is crazy. So we only need to spend 1 power to trade. We can get a lot of steel from Ceres, but we don't really need it. Let's come to Pluto and get 2 cards. Aquifer Pumping, spend steel for ocean tiles. Excellent. And add a floater to a Drogon card or gain a mega credit for every floater here to a maximum of 4. This is quite good. Will it pay for itself? We'd have this generation and the next couple of generations. I don't think it will. That's a shame. Aquifer Pumping, though, is definitely going to be useful. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. It's all the steel we have, but we will do it immediately. Because then we can place an ocean for 8. I think we'll sell this one for 1. Let's spend 8 to place an ocean, which we can place here for 4 money. And a steel. We don't need titanium at this point, so we'll use Titan shuttles to get some titanium on it. We will spend the rotator impact asteroid to boost Venus by 1, TR. We will spend local shading to increase our income by 1. We use our corporate ability to add another floater onto precipitation, which lets us take 2 off to raise Venus. That gets us 2 TR. We will use Atmo collectors, just adds a resource to itself. And floating habs will spend 2 money to add another resource to forced precipitation. And that is all of our action things used, yes. So we are up to 16% Venus. So we might as well do this now for 13. Raise Venus once more. And I think that's all we can do. So we're going to place 3 more oceans, 4. Yeah, we'll place an ocean with the world government. So this will be 10. Taking off all the cubes. So many cubes. Too many blue actions. So we're on 34 plus 6. That's 40. 2 steel, 2 titanium, 1 energy, and 2 heat. So 1 TR for every Jovian tag. We've got 1, 2, potentially 4, but I don't think we're going to play that. Minus 10 degrees. We can raise it to that this generation, so I think we'll buy that one. Lunar Metropolis, 1 for the Earth tag, which surprisingly is 0. Mining quota. We don't have that Earth tag, so though it's a cheap way of getting steel, if we go to Ceres, we're getting more steel than we know what to do with anyway. Do I want to do Ganymede 1? It'll be 3 TR. What would we need? 8. We could pay for this for free with titanium. Yeah, let's buy 2 for 6. One power. As our first action, we'll get 4 titanium. We'll use Titan shuttles to get 4 titanium and Atmo collectors to get 2 titanium. And then we'll play 4, 8, 12. Oh no, this one I need to pay for. We'll hang on to that for 1 second. Let's draw 2 cards from AI Central. Spend an energy to get 1 money for every city. Add a microbe to get points. No, we'll sell both of those for 2. Let's use the Inventors Guild. Microbes to raise oxygen. No, we won't buy that. Okay, so we need 5 titanium for the Ganymede colony. We'll spend 17 on the Red Spot Observatory. Which lets us get 2 cards. Perfect. Yep, those are pretty good. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 is an overpayment, but I may as well spend it all. For Terraforming Ganymede, we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 TR. We'll spend that 8 heat to raise the temperature. And we'll play bushes and nitrophilic moss for 18. So 1 increases plant production by 2 and gets us 2 plants. The other requires that we lose 2 plants and get 2 plant production. Okay. And then we're going to spend a titanium as 4 plus 2 money. So that's 6 to add an asteroid here. We will spend effectively 9 on aquifer pumping to place an ocean here for TR and 6 money. Our corporation can add another floater onto forced precipitation, which we will immediately take off to raise Venus. We'll add a floater onto Red Spot Observatory, and we'll add a floater onto local shading, and we will spend 2 money to add a floater onto forced precipitation. We could spend 5 for the power, but I'm not sure we're definitely going to need that. Now, let's raise the temperature once more with the world government and move on. So we are on 42, 48 in total. Two steel, 2 titanium, 4 plants of power, and 2 heat. Oh dear, penultimate ones. Okay, so mine, 2 per thing, 3 microbes. That's just a... No, not really worth it. If that was a titanium card, possibly. No, we don't need any of those. Okay, so that's a shame. Buying none of those. So let's start off by drawing 2 cards with our AI Central, Media Archive, and Anti-Gravity Technology. So we do own both of these cards. Do we have 7 science? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 science. But we're unlikely to be playing enough cards that pays for itself. Anyway, Media Archive, we have played 5. But again, it's not gonna pay for itself. But let's see, we'll do the Inventors Guild. Do we want to buy this card? When you play a science tag, including this one, discard a card from hand to draw a card. Okay, and that is a card we could play with steel. So we'll spend our 1 energy to start with to come to Sarah's to get 10 steel, and then we'll play Mars University. We'll spend 3 steel because they're worth more to play Mars University, and that will let us discard a card and draw another. Let us discard Power Supply to draw a card. Add an animal. Okay, that's not going to help. So what have we got? We've got an asteroid lined up, which we will plummet onto to get a TR. We can add a floater here and then take 2 floaters off to raise Venus to get a TR. We will use this one and this one. That just adds some floaters. So Atmo Collectors gets a floater. Titan Shuttles gets 2. Local Shading, we'll take 1 off to gain an income. And we will spend 2 money for Forced Precipitation. And then we will overpay and spend 9 to use Aquifer Pumping to place an ocean. Which gets us 4 money and a plant. And we can spend this floater to draw a card. Spend 1 titanium to add 2 floaters, or 2 floaters to increase your TR. Again, though, we're not going to get a chance to play that, so we do own this card. Well, we'll keep hold of it, we own the card. Let's see, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. So let's spend 8 plants to place a greenery, and this is our first tile on the board. Wow, we've waited a long time for that. So we'll place it here, raises the oxygen, which raises the temperature, 2 TR bumps, and we can spend 6 money to place an ocean, which we will place here for a plant and 6 money. I think I delayed on the auction a little too long, but 1, 2, 3 bumps on heat, we could do that. Yeah, we can do 3 bumps on temperature. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3 gets us an ocean. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which will get us 2 plants and 2 money. So let's keep 2 of that money back. Clearly didn't pick up 2 plants. So we can do a Venus bump. Yep, let's do that. Even if I sell all these cards now, we've got 5 cards. I still wouldn't be able to do another standard project, so I may as well keep hold of them. And the world government will do oxygen. This is the final generation. We're getting 51, 58. 2 steel, 2 titanium, 4 plants, 1 heat, 1 energy, 2 heat. I'm surprised with all our card drawing we've done, we've not really seen much to increase the heat production. So 1 income for every colony. Can't do that one. Spend plants or steel to get money. That would be nice. No. There's 1 for the cities, but no, don't need that now. So we need to start off then. Let's have a look at these cards. We'll draw 2 cards. Here he is, GHG factories, but on the final turn it does nothing for us. Invention contest. Okay, we'll spend 2. Take a look at the top 3 cards. Put 1 in hand and discard the other 2. Black polar dust, asteroid mining, house printing. There's no point for any of these. Not at this stage. All that heat production is way too late. Inventors Guild then to draw another card. No, 20 just for the 2 floaters isn't going to be worth buying and playing. Okay. Well, that was a shame. I was hoping for something to place a city for cheap, or even better, a greenery where I needed to place a city, because well, we can still trade. Let's trade. Over here, 1 energy draws us 2 cards. New player science tag, including this. Add an animal. Yeah, these are too little, too late. Okay. What have we got then? We've got an awful lot of titanium, but that's not going to get us anywhere. We can spend Atmo collectors to get 4 heat, which we will use to raise the temperature once. We can use our corporate ability and then force precipitation to raise Venus. Spend 2 to add a floater onto Red Spot Observatory, and then Red Spot Observatory we will use to discard it to draw a card. Dawn City, that's a shame. Well, let's spend 16 in titanium to play it anyway. So we need 5 plants. We're not even close. I don't know how we managed to draw so many cards and not find decent heat production out of that. Except at the very end. We found some nice ones at the end. We have 8 cards in our hand. Let's sell all of those. I mean, I'm quite tempted to play them all just for the points at this point. As that's 26 for 5 points. We can play that one for free for a point. And that would get us 3 points. Oh, how close can we get? The problem is, well, if we buy 4 greenery, we'd get 1 temperature bump, but it costs so much. So it's 42 for 3 temperature bumps. It's 15 to raise Venus to the top. That's as close as we'd get, and then we're still 5 oxygen away. This was shambolic. I think this is probably the most I've failed by. Not been the best of runs. So, where did we go so far wrong? It felt like the titanium was sort of producing itself. A lot of those cards were really cheap. Didn't overly invest into that. We were getting bumps for Venus pretty cheap. We just never got any heat production. That was really what stopped us, wasn't it? Well, let's play 15 for Venusian animals. So when you play a science tag including this, add an animal to it. So that gets us an animal. We're going to spend 4 steel for house printing. Gets us a steel production. 26. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that does let us draw a card. Tundra farming. Yeah, it costs us these 2, so 2 less per card, 2 more income, and we add a card and draw a card. Hooray! Import of advanced GHGs. Too little, too late. But that adds 2 more animals onto there for 2 more science tags. So we can sell 2 cards and get enough money for tundra farming, for a plant, and 2 money and a plant, which does get us enough plants to place another greenery, 2 heat. That's it. That is the best we can manage. So yeah, clearly nowhere close. We managed oceans. that was it. We could have done more at the end there, but I chose to get points from other places. You know, treat it as if it's a solo game. You still want to get a high score, right? Even if you fail. Not solo, you know, a competitive game. Okay, so tiles on the board. We had 2 greenery. That is really probably what let us down. We never really made much use of trading. Kept fishing for cards for Pluto, but it just never worked out for us. This is the extensive pile of actions that we could have taken. Okay, well, let's have a little look then. What we had extra points. I think we would have scored reasonably, even though we failed. So we had three animals on this Venusian animal card. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9, 11, 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22, plus 1 for every Jovian tag, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 86, which is a decent total, considering we had no presence on the board and nowhere close to terraforming. I can't leave it there for the day, can I? I cannot believe, though, with how many decent floater cards we ended up with, that we failed with Solistic. I am clearly not cut out to be a CEO for SpaceX or any other endeavor that plans to terraform Mars. This was shambolic. Alright guys, cheers for joining me on the journey though. Bye for now.